Hi guys. So ever since I started working on the Voltara Generation 2 firmware, I had a nasty plan of building a rocket drone. I had a lot of builds that were stressing the ESC to the max, but that was just it, stressing it with no concrete result beyond the stressing. Rocket drones are totally different from any quadcopter you can build because they just fly in a totally different way and they demand a lot of craziness. And somebody is mowing the grass around here because the rocket drones are so demanding on terms of power and ERPM, and everything related to flying rocket drones is just way above normal for the ESC. I chose some AMAX 2317 motors, which are like quite big for the use case. They are 1850 kV on 8S. I'm using two Tattus in parallel, which are 1050 milliamperes batteries, 5 series if that counts, but I don't know if it counts or not. This is not my first flight. I flew it for a few times already for tuning and for some high-speed runs. I managed to kill one LiPo. One cell just got shorted out because I didn't watch the voltage and I just dropped it way too much, so the LiPo complained. I did design heatsink for the 70 amp ESC because the frame itself, I chose an already made design. The frame itself had some issues with the air intake, and almost all rocket drones have this issue. The airflow is not sufficient to cool the bare PCB, so I had to make a sandwich of heatsinks just to cope with that. And if you count in the fact that when you want to land you have zero airflow going on inside, so that will heat up the PCB also. So yeah, heatsinks are a must for rocket drones, I might say. I mean, you could fly it bare PCB, but you will reach the 100 C limit way easier. The original design of the frame had smaller intakes and smaller outlets on the back, and a friend helped me out and made the scoops a bit bigger just to try and scoop up more air to cool the FC and the ESC. For the FC I'm using TBS H7 flight controller with Petaflight 4.52, I think. The tune is relatively alright right now, if you account that the rocket drones are notoriously hard to tune and to fly. So, and if you count in the fact that you have an FPV camera with tilting mechanism, it's getting even harder. But yeah, okay. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm always nervous when trying the rocket drone because they are just crazy. So yeah, let's try. I reached 430, 420, but I don't know. But these batteries are puffed. I don't know how they will survive, both of them. No, just one of them is puffed, but I really pulled some amps, I think. On the previous flight I didn't push quite hard, but the scope of this build is not to have it efficient, but just to stress the ESC apart. So I think I nailed that. Waiting for the GPS count to go up. Hopefully the VTX is not hitting up. The landing portion sucks, and you get to kill the battery too. Let me take it out fast. I don't know what's up with these batteries, but anytime you overdraw the current from them, they just drop down in voltage like crazy. So I don't know, maybe I need to find some other LiPos that can fit inside of this frame, because I think it was designed around these Tattu packs. They have the power, but as soon as you drop below a certain voltage, they just die almost instantly. First flight I managed to stay on the looks for the current drone, so I stopped early and came back. But because these types of drones, and especially the motors, are quite drawy, even at hover, they draw like 17 amps or something like that. You need to be careful with the current draw before you come into land, because all the procedures that you need to do before landing, and like line it up, switch to angle, give your take your goggles off, and line of sight land it, it will draw the last ounces of current from the battery. I think I need to find some 1200 or 1300 8S packs that can fit inside here. If not, I'm going to stick with this. But to be honest, the scope of this build was not to film F1 racing or to film anything. It was made purely to stress out the Voltara 70 AMP-ESC and the new Generation 2 firmware, which proved reliable under these conditions. Without a heatsink, you will have issues, because everything is contained inside, and the only airflow you have are these tiny openings here and the outlet on the back. So now that I've managed to make the scoops a bit bigger and the outlet bigger as well, the temperatures are in check. It could be improved, but I'm happy the way it is now. I think the scope of stressing the ESC almost to its limit was achieved. I had no issues with the ESC based on the logs, based on the flights. There are some kinks with rocket drones that need a special tune on yaw, but other than that, I must admit this is a complicated build to fly, and if you take all the steps and you are extremely cautious with the build, with the filtering, with the ground loops, with the power, because it's 8S and anything over 6S becomes a nightmare because of the DVDT. Yeah, what do you guys think? I will strive to work more on this one, maybe find some different LiPos and maybe play with some other props. These are the HQ props. Maybe try some Gemfan or even APC props, but sourcing APC props in Europe is a nightmare. And yeah, I'm just happy I didn't crash it. Well, I force landed because I drew too much current from the batteries, but yeah, I'm happy about it. Feel free to tell your opinion in the comment section, and till the next time, bye.